Hey everyone, Travis here in the LCS parking lot. Actually, I've just rolled in a couple TVs so we could still do this here. But I'm joined right now by Inero from Golden Guardians with coverage brought to you by Alienware to talk a little bit about how everything has been going over at Golden Guardians and unfortunately just had a loss to TSM. But Inero, what has preparing for today's game been like for you this week?
Uh, this week's been interesting with the Corona stuff happening. Uh, I mean, we're still focused on the game, but it's yeah, a lot of like outside factors,
Yeah.
other things happening, with life in LA.
Well, logistically, I mean, how did you guys manage this? I mean, I don't know if you're comfortable, but it'd be good to know sort of how everyone's set up.
Players playing from apartments,
Okay,
and then yeah, we're just spectating.
gotcha. And so that's
So
what you guys are. Are you guys at your own apartments? That you basically have to do remote coaching, I guess.
yeah,
So how different is that from normal? How much of an impact does it make on your ability to effectively coach the team?
uh, thankfully it was only half this week we had that, but it's not fun to remote coach. It's pretty hard. You can't look at you can't you can't look at the stuff like physically in person. You can't look at the people in front of you. Like we have people's webcams on to like try to help with that, but it's not really the same.
Yeah.
It's pretty difficult to just read people while things are happening. So that whole part of coaching is kind of limited.
Do you expect that we'll see a quality drop in the performance of the teams and players over the next couple of weeks just because everything's so out of sync? I don't know how much scrimming everybody's being able to get. Obviously, as you just described, coaching is more remote. Do you expect to see teams have a bit of an impact from that?
Yeah, yeah, it'll definitely be the case for most likely everyone. It's just a weird setup. Playing online always sucks.
How are the spirits over there? You sound a little down, at least.
I mean, we just lost, so I'm not feeling that good,
Yeah,
It's a pretty important game.
yeah.
So I'm a bit down. I still haven't got to like watch the game completely, considering I can only watch like on the stream or from one person's perspective. I have to go back and watch from other people's perspectives to actually see it.
And I
Um,
guess you guys have the ability to do that because theoretically everybody's kind of capturing their own game.
yeah, everyone has to record it for themselves anyways, in case there's like a bug or something
Yeah,
you have to pause for. So you just get to watch through that afterwards. So
gotcha.
that's what I'm waiting to do now,
Well,
to go watch.
talking specifically about that game, and I won't keep you too long because I'm sure you want to get back to that. But talking specifically about that game, what went wrong?
I mean, we didn't start off the game the best after the dive. Like, game's still in our control, but they kind of snowballed things off of that. Um, had a nice advantage top, which we're gonna have in that matchup. But HRX gets a kill. Um, it was Rumble that died, right? Rumble has a wave that gets pushed into his turret, bounces back away from him, and slowly pushing away. Um, like he dies on the wave, bouncing back. So it ends up in a bit of a tough spot there. That kind of snowballs again to like more going topside. I think Syndrome made a roam top and dove. So yeah, like it kind of slid out of hand pretty fast. That's obviously not like the only reason we lost, but that's like what I got to see from the game. Very close initially. All of my like cam was focused on mid and topside, and yeah, that made things a little hard.
Yeah.
Like TSM does well when they get ahead, especially like on their top side of the map, and they snowballed from that pretty easily.
I heard the analyst desk, or I guess analyst panel, since they're now lacking a desk, was
Yeah.
speculating after the game that TSM, based off of that performance, might be able to contest C9 now. Having watched your team play them just now, do you feel like that's an accurate depiction? Is TSM rising in strength?
I mean, TSM's getting better, like everyone kind of is, but I don't know, man. For sure, from scrimming both the teams constantly, or at least like I guess occasionally, because you don't get. We haven't done it in a while since we scrimmed TSM or played TSM this weekend. Uh, I think C9's still the better team.
Yeah.
C9's pretty fucking good, man.
What stepping back away from that game, uh, are you guys figuring out solutions to maybe improve the situation this coming week in terms of coaching or whatever? I mean, obviously, I kind of imagine, and at least on my side, but from what I understand for the league and the teams and all that stuff, it's been super touch and go, and things have been changing every single day in terms of what are the restrictions that are in place. Like, are you guys looking to improve or do anything differently next week from a logistics perspective, at least?
I don't think there's much you really can do, is there? Like, players live across the street from the office, could walk in if they want to, but like we're never gonna force anyone to like go to the office just to make practice better. I'd rather everyone just be healthy.
Yeah.
Like the split's gonna be online. Like I'm surprised it's getting played still. So it's we're doing everything we can. Like our setup's not bad for it. It's way better than any setup I had when I everything was online back in like 2014, 2015. It's just yeah. Online is always gonna have some sort of a level of suckiness.
You mentioned that you're surprised the split is still getting played. Do you think it should have been suspended indefinitely?
I'm just surprised it's still going.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, I just because of how like wild LA is with everything, it's kind of just surprising. I kind of expected that it would probably get like delayed or postponed or something, but me personally, I don't really care whether it gets canceled or not. I like competing. I like having things to do.
Yeah. All right. Well, hey, thank you so much, Inero. Is there anything you want to say to any of the Golden Guardian fans out there?
No, so just thanks to the fans. Thanks to you, Travis. Finally coming to interview me again. You had to wait for a loss before you came and did it.
Well,
Appreciate that, boss.
your players are. I think in the past I've interviewed you because you guys were losing a lot more, and so you guys haven't been losing as much this split. You guys have been a much more competitive team, so I don't need to interview you as much because normally your players say yes.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that's how it was. All right, Travis.
I'm sorry if you've missed me.
That was some low key flame.
I just am saying I generally interview coaches less, because the players do the interviews. But in the past, your players have been a little more tilted, and it's not low key flame. I'm trying to compliment you, Inero. Your team's been doing so well.
You threw in your teams have been losing a lot more in the past. Like
Yeah, but now they're winning.
you interviewed me a lot when I was on Echo Fox when we were winning. What's going on, Travis?
Well,
That's
Echo
fine.
Fox was a
I'm just
different
giving you
situation.
shit.
I know, but it's good to talk to you and banter, and hopefully you're holding up well. So thanks for doing the interview. I really do mean that. I appreciate everyone taking the time to do this because I know that this is like the least necessary situation to do this stuff. So hey, thank you so much,
problem.
Inero. For everyone else, you can check out the rest of my coverage of all things esports right here on my YouTube channel. Everyone, thanks so much for watching my content during this time. I know it is a wild world that we are in. And, you know, the interviews might feel a little weird because we're doing them remotely. And I know there's some tech issues as I'm doing this all by myself. I have a editor who's going to help me kind of do some polish on these things. But I do want to give a shout out to Alienware, as I always do. But, like, listen, this is a unique way for me to talk about them because honestly, I can do so much from my office because of their support and what they've provided me. So I have a couple pictures I want to show you. This is actually my home office setup, just for streaming and recording content and all that stuff. You can see all the monitors. I've got a giant 55-inch gaming monitor that's above me that I'm able to use for like reviewing footage and all that stuff. It's actually just such a sick setup. Here's a picture of me loading up the League client to play some TFT on it. But it's actually such a great situation for me right now to have access to this stuff and to be able to do everything that I can do from this setup. And if I had something less, I don't think I'd be able to. So thank you so much to Alienware for supporting me, for getting me all this gear, for everything that they've done so that I can produce the content that I need to do from home as we're all working from home. So do me a favor, maybe go check them out at alienware.com/Travis. I really appreciate it.